Welcome back, adventurers, to the second part of our Silverstreams Adventure. Today you join us on the oddly named Ping Pong Cuttings, which is almost directly after the Bucklands Pass that we tackled in the previous episode. For this reason, we thought we would put these passes all in the same series. This pass is an offshoot of the lower Loteni road that you saw in the previous video. You would be correct in assuming that the road is still in a great condition and quite uneventful. If you were trying to find it on a map, the road is marked as P227. Running alongside a section of the road is the Loteni River. Here in the valley, the vegetation has become a bit denser and adds to the aesthetic of the area. While in the previous video I told you about our desire to get you out and explore these great locations we are visiting yourselves, I'd like to take this opportunity to advocate for adventure riding itself. The two Michaels each bought their bikes in 2019 with the intent to start adventure riding. The first trip they took was a motor camping experience at the Hermit's Wood in Drakensberg, a location that we will surely cover in more detail in a later video. In December of 2019, they went on a 650-kilometer trip to the Eastern Cape, the longest trip to date. They were joined by Vincent, who had to drive down from Polokwane, making his trip to the Eastern Cape 1,850 kilometers one way. They had a few adventures after that, but about April 2020, Exo and I had a chat about life in general, and my desire to find a new way to occupy my free time. That's when Exo started nagging me to buy a bike and join them. The pandemic engulfed the world and our economy took a knock. This is when we found my bike. An unfortunate business owner had to get rid of it to keep the lights on, and by then Exo had worn me down. I relented. Since then, I've been on quite a few adventures with them, my first 100+ kilometer trip being a motor camping adventure to Margate and exploring Oroby Gorge. While we did have cameras on that ride, the footage did not turn out well, but we do have photos up on our Instagram accounts from that trip. Anyway, back to advocating for my newfound hobby. While learning a new skill like motorcycling and off-road biking is quite a challenge, the sense of achievement that you get from climbing that hill that was so intimidating or doing your first ever river crossing is indescribably exhilarating. The added bonus of leaving behind the urban environment is something I have found especially beneficial during the lockdown that has been imposed on us. Laura brought it up in the last video of the Satan's Pass series that bikes are great but they are too dangerous around traffic, and we fully agree with her. Biking is dangerous, but out on the road, away from the commuters, it becomes significantly safer, to the point where it's on you how dangerous it is. As the old adage goes, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That being said, you really feel alive blasting down a freeway at 160, knowing one wrong move could end you. Just know your limits and ride the ride that you enjoy. Aside from riding and being immersed in nature, you're also spending time with people whom you actually want to be around. While riding is a very solitary experience when riding without comms, at the end of the ride you still get to sit around the fire commiserating about how sore your butt is, how swollen your knees are, or even gushing about that section of road with the awesome S-bends that we all enjoy carving around. The sense of camaraderie and sharing in the experience with friends is what I enjoy the most about my newfound hobby, and I would really advise that if it's within your means, give it a go. While the initial investment in a bike and safety gear might be daunting, it's far less expensive than 4x4ing or caravanning, and in some cases, we can get to places that the others can't. It's really a worthwhile pursuit. While he's getting ready to go, here are those shots that Arch just took. Man, these pristine roads are really making me feel philosophical. Sorry, I really didn't mean for this video to take this tone, but this leads to another benefit of riding. It feels like therapy. a chance to clear your head, a way to unwind. Sometimes when life gets too much and we need to step out for a bit, it's simple to message the others and say, let's go for a ride. Often we grab some food and go sit down by the Umhlanga pier and just take in the scenery. But who knows, if we can make a success of this channel, maybe one day in the future we can grow a community and invite a few of you viewers on adventures. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself now. Man, look at that skyline. Wouldn't you just love to be able to wake up to that every day? While poverty is rife on these rural settlements, I can't help but be jealous about their prime pieces of real estate. But we don't mean to diminish the hardships that these people face. Back to the here and now. By now it was about midday and the Loteni Valley sheltered us from that hectic wind that you saw in the previous episode, making this pleasant riding conditions. The cool, crisp berg air struck a perfect balance with the unfiltered sun, and the visibility was so high that if it wasn't for the mountains blocking the way, we could probably see the ocean. So far we've only been exploring inland regions, but we promise we will be hitting the coastal regions at some point. And as soon as the borders are open again, B&S is going international. We already have 3 routes planned that are just waiting for an opportunity. We are also open to suggestions. If you have been on a great trail that you feel should be showcased and shared on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment with the coordinates. We will certainly check it out. As it is, we already have 2 routes that we plan to cover thanks to viewer suggestions. Any other feedback on our videos is also welcome. If you have enjoyed our videos so far and would like to see more of our random adventures, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We plan on releasing new videos every Sunday at 5 PM GMT+2. And as always, thanks for watching.